Hello everyone and welcome back to the cinema. Today we're back on The Flash, episode 18 today, and potentially a very short review because this is as fillery as it can get and distracting from the main plot and just is insert C-list character to fill out time. So the particle accelerator explodes, add that to the counter. Full spoilers as well, put that on the screen. The episode starts out with some of the best cop chase stuff I've ever seen, where Barry is in the car with Thorne and Joe, and now that they all know, they can make this stuff run like clockwork, and Barry's getting guys and arresting them, and it's going so well. At one point, Thorne in the episode gets confronted by Iris, like, wow, a lot of arrests, you know, what's going on? And he was like, I'm just that good. And you are that good. And then we find out who the villain is for this episode. Some name, insert name, I can't remember the name, but it's there. I can't remember her name, and I just watched this one. She controls robotic bees, and the bees sting people and inject venom in them and kill them. Swarm of bees lady, it's that kind of episode. But it doesn't just stop there. Maybe this could be a filler villain and maybe the main plot will roll behind it. No, this is also a crossover episode with Arrow without Arrow. Felicity is here and she brings her boyfriend, the Atom, who is alright. I mean, he was Superman for a movie. And they're both fine, but they really just distract from the build-up that the season has been having and going towards. This is an episode really you probably could have just left out. All it is Barry questioning whether he can trust Cisco and Caitlin and whether they're in on it too, and maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Talk to Felicity, she'll tell him it's all okay, and then he can trust them in the end. Like, nothing feels like it changed or anything went anywhere. As far as skippable episodes, this is probably the most skippable one there is. You just want to watch the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes. There are a couple little highlights. The first woman that's killed by bees, when looking over her corpse, Joe says, and I'm not kidding, damn! It was just really funny. I guess there also is this part in the episode where, or a couple times in the episode where Cisco starts vibing. I'm not sure if he's confirmed 100% metahuman at this point, whether it happens later, because I know they change things, they go back and forth, and there's alternate dimensions where he's a villain and it just gets out of control, but here he starts vibing. He's starting to see the alternate timeline, what happened where Aidbod killed him. So we get sprinkles of that throughout the whole episode, and then that comes to a head at the end of the episode, which again, watch the last 5 minutes, it's worth it. We learn that there's a built-in defibrillator into the suit that can shock Barry back to life. It's funny how he heals from that quicker than he would when Thorne punches him, and I'm talking Eddie Thorne. Eddie Thorne hit that man, he's gonna have an ice pack on his cheek for the next week. Otherwise, Felicity is here. She's great because she's not from the later seasons of Arrow, and she's what she was back in the good old days. Otherwise, where the show is and the episodes we've just had prior and the ones that are following it, it feels like it completely, on a big picture scale, brings the pacing of the whole story to a halt and just stagnates it. And if you were watching this week to week when it came out, and I'm watching them a lot closer than what people were at the time, this would just do my head in. Now you've got to wait 2 weeks really for something good. Although the end of the episode, after Barry and Joe are kind of like, okay, we can trust Caitlin and Cisco, they bring them in, they see the board that Barry has had his whole last, let's say, couple years of trying to gather information on the Man in Yellow, and tells them that yes, Wells is the Man in Yellow, and they don't know how, but it's true, and Caitlin's just not buying it, she's not having it. But then Cisco is in silence. Caitlin's like, say something, Cisco, and he's like, no, I've been vibing that he is the Reverse Flash and he kills me, and then it ends. Otherwise, this whole thing with the lady with the robotic bees takes up a large portion of this, and it just feels wasted. It's an episode that honestly could have been cut from the show entirely, and the things that are important you could have trickled in other episodes. So for me, I don't know, it was okay. I don't regret watching it, but it's not necessary. Overall, it's a waste of time. It was so much of a waste of time that when I watched it the first time, I completely forgot about this episode. I didn't remember this episode was even a thing, or that the Atom showed up in season 1 of The Flash. But what did you think of the episode? Am I wrong? Is this episode actually alright and decent, and I've just been watching the good ones, and now because one's kind of mediocre, it soured my taste too much? I don't know. You tell me. Or am I still wrong in that, no, this is really, really bad, and I'm just giving it too much praise? Who knows? Maybe you know, tell me. I want a discussion. Like, I will check this stuff, don't worry. Even though a lot of these are being recorded in advance, I will check this stuff. So if you've made it through to the end of this video, this short, probably really short, this video, consider subscribing or dropping a like. It helps me out a lot if you've made it all the way through to the end of the video. I promise you some Flash videos will be much longer in the future. Alright, don't worry. Maybe I'll give you a double feature with Flash episodes because this one's so short. We'll see. Otherwise, if you made it all the way through to the end of the video, you're a bloody legend. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.